Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever had that feeling standing at the crossroads of your life, looking ahead at an opportunity that could change everything? You feel the excitement, the potential, but at the same time, you feel that pull of doubt creeping in, whispering to you, what if it doesn't work out? It's in those moments that you face the ultimate choice. Will you go for it or turn back? Here's the truth. When you choose to make that leap, there's no turning back. You can't afford to look over your shoulder and wonder about the path you left behind. If you're serious about making your dreams a reality, you've got to commit wholeheartedly, without any hesitation, because once you make that decision, it's not just about what you're leaving behind, it's about what you're about to build. And let me tell you this, once you commit to moving forward with no return ticket, that's when things start to happen. The question is, are you ready to take that step and never look back? Stick with me through this, and I'll show you exactly why you're more than capable of pushing forward and creating a future you never imagined. No turning back. When you stand at the edge of a big decision, when you're about to make a choice that could change your life forever, something incredible happens. You feel a rush, a mixture of excitement and fear. But let me tell you something. That moment right there is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's easy to think about doing something great, to envision success in your mind, but when it comes time to act, that's when the real test begins. It's easy to doubt yourself in those moments. You ask, am I really ready? Can I actually do this? But here's the deal. The moment you decide to go for it, you've already taken the hardest step. You've already committed. And once you make that decision, there's no turning back. Here's why that commitment matters. The second you make up your mind to move forward with no intention of looking back, you unlock something powerful within yourself. You see, the real power isn't in planning or talking about your dreams. The real power comes from the decision to act. Without hesitation, without second guessing, and without giving yourself an exit strategy. This is where the magic begins. The minute you decide that you're all in, the world starts to shift. Suddenly, everything you need to succeed starts aligning. People you need to meet, opportunities you didn't see before, and resources you didn't know existed, they start showing up. Why? Because you've made the decision that you're going forward and nothing is going to stop you. The universe responds to your commitment. But let me tell you, it's not all sunshine and rainbows once you decide to go for it. The road is going to get tough. There will be moments where you'll wonder if you made the right choice. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and fear. But here's the thing. When you've committed to a path with no turning back, there's only one direction left to go: forward. That's the mindset you need. It's about pushing through those moments of discomfort. Because success doesn't come from avoiding challenges. It comes from facing them head on and refusing to back down. When you don't leave yourself an out, when you don't give yourself an option to quit, that's when your full potential is unleashed. You begin to tap into a part of yourself you didn't even know existed. The part that keeps going when the going gets tough. The part that doesn't give up no matter how many obstacles stand in the way. And it's that relentless pursuit of your goal, that refusal to turn back, that is going to set you apart from everyone else. So understand this. The minute you make that commitment, the minute you decide there's no turning back, you've already started your journey toward success. And that success isn't defined by the destination. It's defined by the strength you build along the way. It's about pushing through, learning, and growing. And once you're on that path, once you've taken that first step with no intention of ever going back, everything changes. You start living with purpose, with intention, and with a sense of direction that pulls you toward your future. So take that step and never look back, because you're on your way to something amazing. Fear. It's one of the most powerful forces that holds us back from achieving greatness. When you commit to something, when you decide there's no turning back, fear will show up. It always does. It whispers doubts in your ear, telling you that you're not ready, that it's too risky, that you should play it safe. And in that moment, the fear feels real. It feels justified. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't mean you're not capable. Fear simply means you're on the edge of something new, something great. Fear is a signal, not a barrier. It's a sign that you're stepping into uncharted territory, and that's exactly where you need to be. The key is learning how to use fear to your advantage. Instead of running from it, you need to lean into it. You see, when you decide to move forward with no turning back, fear is no longer a roadblock. It becomes your fuel. It becomes a thing that pushes you beyond your limits. Every time you feel that familiar twinge of doubt or fear, you've got to remind yourself that this is a sign you're doing something right. Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable. It happens when you're scared and uncertain, but you push through anyway. Fear, if you allow it, will stop you from moving forward. But if you choose to face it head on, you'll find that it propels you in ways you never imagined. Think about it. Every successful person, every person who's done something extraordinary has had to face fear. They've had to walk through that fear and choose not to let it control them. The ones who succeed aren't the ones who don't feel fear. They're the ones who keep going despite it. The more you face fear, the stronger you get at handling it. Eventually, it loses its power over you. It no longer paralyzes you. It doesn't stop you from doing what you set out to do. In fact, fear starts to become a motivator, a driving force that keeps you focused on your goal. But here's the catch. Fear never goes away completely. It's always going to be there, lurking in the background, especially when you're doing something that really matters. The key is not allowing it to define your actions. Fear can't make decisions for you unless you let it. It's important to acknowledge the fear, understand that it's there, but not let it dictate your next move. Once you realize that fear is just a part of the process and not a reason to turn back, it becomes something you can manage, something you can control. So the next time fear shows up, don't let it stop you. Don't let it turn you around. Embrace it. Use it as the signal that you're on the right track, that you're growing, and that something amazing is just on the other side of that fear. When you commit with no turning back, you're making the decision to face fear, to overcome it, and to push forward toward the future you want. Fear is no longer an obstacle. It's just a stepping stone on your journey. When you make the decision to move forward with no turning back, you're not just deciding to take a chance on something, you're deciding to fully invest in yourself. This is a game changer. Most people never reach their full potential because they hold back, they second guess, they doubt. But when you commit to a path with no exit strategy, you shift from being a spectator in your own life to being the person who's in control of their destiny. The power of that commitment lies in the fact that you are taking responsibility for your future. You're no longer waiting for permission, validation, or for the circumstances to be just right. You're stepping up and making things happen no matter what. You're saying, I'm in this, and I'm going all the way. This is about showing up for yourself, every single day. It's about making a promise to yourself that no matter what life throws at you, no matter how hard it gets, you will keep going. It's about being willing to sacrifice the comfort of the familiar for the uncertainty of the future. And let me tell you, that's not easy, but it's necessary. Because when you commit to something fully, when you stop looking for the exit door and start moving forward without hesitation, you build the mental fortitude you need to withstand anything life throws your way. The key is consistency, staying true to your commitment no matter the obstacles that pop up. Now, think about this. When you commit with no turning back, you eliminate the option of quitting. That's when the magic happens. We all know how easy it is to quit when things get tough. It's tempting to throw in the towel, to say maybe this wasn't meant to be. But when you take that option off the table, something incredible happens. Your mind starts to work differently. You start looking for solutions instead of focusing on problems. You stop looking for a way out and start looking for a way through. You begin to ask yourself, what do I need to do to make this work? Instead of giving up, you keep grinding, you keep pushing, and you keep moving forward, even when it feels impossible. The decision to go all in with no turning back forces you to step into your greatness. It forces you to stretch beyond what you thought you were capable of and challenge the limitations you've set for yourself. Because the truth is, most of the limits we have are self-imposed. We tell ourselves that we can't do something because we're afraid of failure or because we think it's too hard. But when you eliminate the option of quitting, those limits begin to fade away. You start to realize that you are capable of so much more than you ever imagined. So when you make the decision to commit, to say there's no turning back, you are making the most important decision of your life. You are deciding that you are worth investing in. You are deciding that your dreams are worth fighting for. And once you make that decision, once you fully commit to your future without hesitation, there's nothing that can stop you. The journey may not be easy, but it will be worth it. Because when you decide to move forward with no looking back, you are taking the first step toward living a life that is bigger than anything you ever thought possible. And that's when the real transformation begins. The road to success is filled with setbacks, challenges, and obstacles that will make you question your decision to keep going. But here's the truth. Every single one of those challenges is a test. And how you handle those tests will determine whether you're truly ready to succeed. When you commit with no turning back, you are setting yourself up to face adversity head on. You are telling the universe, bring it on, knowing that whatever comes your way will only make you stronger. Challenges are not here to stop you. They are here to build your character, to test your resolve, and to help you grow. And this is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. Their ability to handle challenges without giving up. Challenges come in many forms. They can be financial struggles, lack of support from others, feelings of self-doubt, or just the sheer weight of hard work. But every one of these challenges is a chance to learn, to adjust, and to prove to yourself that you're capable of handling what life throws your way. The truth is, success isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about how you respond to them. It's about having the mental toughness to keep moving forward, even when it feels like everything is stacked against you. And that comes when you've made the decision that there's no turning back. When you've already decided that failure isn't an option, that quitting isn't an option, you start to look at challenges differently. You stop seeing them as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping. You realize that every obstacle is just another opportunity to level up. Think about some of the most successful people in history, people like Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, or Elon Musk. These individuals faced unimaginable challenges in their journeys. They dealt with failure, rejection, and seemingly insurmountable odds. But what set them apart from everyone else was their refusal to give up. They understood that challenges weren't signs that they should stop. They were signs that they were on the right path. They saw setbacks as part of the journey, and instead of shrinking back, they used those moments to build resilience, creativity, and determination. When you commit to going forward with no turning back, you adopt that same mentality. You know that challenges will come, but you understand that you have the power to push through them. There will be moments when you'll feel like giving up is the easier choice. You'll question why you started in the first place. You might even doubt your ability to succeed. But when you've committed with no turning back, you've already made the decision to overcome those moments. You remind yourself that every challenge you face is simply a test of your perseverance and faith. And every time you push through a challenge, you come out stronger, more capable, and closer to the success you desire. So the next time you face a challenge, don't see it as an obstacle. See it as a sign that you're moving in the right direction. Remember, challenges are a part of the process. They don't stop you, they help you grow. And with each challenge you overcome, you get one step closer to turning your dreams into reality. Keep pushing forward because there's no turning back now. When you commit to a goal or a dream with no turning back, you're not just committing to the journey itself. You're committing to your own personal evolution. This is a crucial part of the process, and it's where many people fall short. They think that success is all about achieving the goal, reaching the end and crossing the finish line. But the truth is, the real victory is in the transformation that takes place along the way. The person you become as you push through challenges, face adversity, and refuse to give up. That's the true success. And when you commit with no turning back, you embrace the idea that this journey will change you, mold you, and prepare you for the success that's waiting for you at the end. Personal growth is not always a comfortable process. In fact, it's often uncomfortable because it requires you to push beyond your limits, to face your fears, and to step out of your comfort zone. When you're going through personal growth, you'll encounter resistance, not just from the world around you, but from within yourself. You'll experience doubt, fear, and uncertainty. But here's the thing. Personal growth doesn't happen when everything is easy. It happens when you're forced to confront the challenges, the setbacks, and the struggles that come with pursuing something worthwhile. The most significant growth happens when you're up against the ropes and you don't back down. It's in those moments when you choose to keep going despite the obstacles that you experience the most powerful transformation. Think about how many times you've started something only to find that it's harder than you expected. You probably hit a point where you wanted to quit. But when you keep going, when you refuse to turn back, that's when you begin to build the strength you need to truly succeed. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone, but nothing extraordinary ever happens there. Real change happens when you step into the unknown, when you embrace the challenges, and when you commit to becoming the best version of yourself, no matter what. When you commit with no turning back, you're also making the decision to become the person who can handle whatever comes your way. You're not just building the skills needed to succeed in your field, you're building character, resilience, and mental toughness. You're learning to persevere, to think creatively, to stay focused, and to handle stress with grace. You're learning to embrace failure as part of the journey, to see setbacks as learning opportunities, and to trust the process. The person you become along the way will be far more valuable than the destination you're reaching for. That's the real reward. In fact, the journey itself is what makes the destination worthwhile. If you get to your goal without having grown, without having faced challenges and transformed, the victory won't feel as satisfying. It's the personal evolution that makes the achievement meaningful. You start to realize that the goal isn't just about the outcome, it's about who you become in the process. And when you commit with no turning back, you're choosing to embrace that transformation. So, as you move forward, remember this. The more you commit, the more you grow. The more challenges you face and overcome, the more resilient you become. And the more you push forward without looking back, the closer you get to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Keep going, because that's when the real magic happens. When you commit to something with no turning back, you are also committing to a mindset that refuses to let failure define you. You are choosing to view every obstacle not as a wall, but as a stepping stone. This is the mindset that successful people adopt, and it's one that you must cultivate if you want to reach your full potential. Success is not about being perfect or never failing. It's about how you handle setbacks, how you pick yourself up when you fall, and how you use each failure as a lesson to move forward. The most important thing is that you keep going no matter what. There's an old saying that goes, it's not how many times you fall, but how many times you get up. And it's absolutely true. Every successful person has faced moments of failure, doubts, and struggles. What separates them from those who give up is their refusal to quit. They've learned that failure isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. Because failure at its core is feedback. It tells you what doesn't work, what needs to be improved, and what strategies you need to try next. Every failure is simply one step closer to the breakthrough you're waiting for. However, many people fall short of their dreams because they don't see failure in this light. Instead of using it as an opportunity to grow, they allow it to hold them back. They give up too soon, believing that the setback is a sign they're not meant for success. But the truth is, success doesn't come to those who never fail. It comes to those who keep getting up, no matter how many times they fall. And this is why committing with no turning back is so important. It shifts your perspective on failure. It teaches you to view each failure not as a dead end, but as part of the journey. When you commit fully, you also commit to the idea that you are willing to fail. You embrace the discomfort that comes with taking risks and making mistakes. You understand that to achieve greatness, you have to be willing to risk failure. Without failure, there is no growth. By deciding chances, there is no progress. By deciding there is no turning back, you have decided that failure is simply a temporary setback on the way to your ultimate goal. And each time you fail, you learn something new that will bring you closer to your success. The most powerful thing you can do is keep going when you feel like giving up. When you are willing to keep moving forward despite the failures, despite the doubt, and despite the fear, you develop an unshakable resilience that becomes a foundation for your future success. It's that resilience that will carry you through the tough times and help you reach your goals. So, when life tries to knock you down, don't let it define you. Don't let failure become your excuse for quitting. Instead, let failure fuel your fire. Let it teach you. Let it shape you into someone who is so determined, so committed, and so relentless that nothing can stop you. That's the power of committing with no turning back. It gives you the strength to keep moving forward, to embrace failure, and to use it as a tool to reach the success that's waiting for you. So keep going. No matter how many times you fall, get up and keep going. There's no turning back now.